Hello, my dear students. I hope that the past few days were for you the best. And now we continue talking about nature. And today's topic is the web of life. I hope that you prepared everything that you need before we start talking about the web of life. So I hope you have the textbook, appliances, and everything you need for our lesson. Don't forget about the class rules and our today's objectives. So the class rules are: be attentive, speak English, and have fun. Objectives: learn and practice the new words, as we usually do, understand what are the food chains, and become aware of the crucial role of every living being in our environment. I hope everything is clear, and let us start our lesson. As usual, we have concepts and definitions that we are going to discuss in order for you to understand them, and when we are going to read or listen today's text, you will be ready to understand it better. The first words: ecosystem. It's a biological community of interacting organisms and their physical environment. So we are living in an ecosystem. Animals and plants also live in an ecosystem. Good. Predator. Predator. This is an animal that naturally preys on others. So tigers, lions, bears, wolves, foxes, and so on, they all are predators. Okay, let us continue. The next word: fierce. Fierce. So this is an adjective that describes having or displaying an intense or ferocious aggressiveness. So monsters are fierce. Scavenger. Scavenger. This is an animal that feeds on carrion, dead plant material. So those animals who eat other dead bodies of animals and plants are called scavengers. The wolf is a scavenger. Okay, good. The next words: kick off, decay, and sneak up. Kick off is the start of something. Decay means to destroy by decomposition. And sneak up means an unobserved departure or escape. So you can see on your screens the images, and you can pay attention to the word sneak up. So usually the cats do this. So they sneak up and hunt the mice. Okay, now if everything is clear, and I know that everything is clear because you are very bright students, we are continuing with some practice. Vocabulary work and the task: unjumble the sentences. I want you to pause this video, take a few minutes, and arrange the words correctly in the sentences. Well, welcome back. So I hope that you did everything correct, and now it's time for you and me to check. The first sentence: each predator has its own techniques for hunting prey. Number 2: in a pinch, these predators become clever scavengers. And number 3: food chains within these webs often involve predator and prey relationships. If you did everything as on your screens, it means you are great. If you didn't succeed, don't worry. with a lot more practice, you are going to do the best. Now, let us continue with the most juicy part of our lesson, the piece of information that should be shared among us. Listen and be ready to complete the comprehension tasks. Okay, if you are ready, we'll start. Before we listen the text that I prepared for you today, I want you to be ready to answer the questions. Question number 1. What kind of relationship does a food chain often involve? Question number 2. How do hyenas and cheetahs become fierce competitors? Question number 3. How does the food chain start and how does it end? If all the questions are clear, let us start our reading. In every ecosystem, living things are linked by the food they eat and energy they get from the food. These lengths taken together make up the food web. Food chains within these webs often involve predator and prey relationships. Each predator has its own techniques for hunting prey. For example, lions tend to sneak up on their prey with little warning. Most of the time, predators work together, but in the end, they often compete with each other for the catch. Hyenas and cheetahs are fierce competitors. They not only do steal each other's food, but they also attack each other's cubs. In a pinch, these predators become clever scavengers. The food chain always starts as photosynthesis and ends in decay. Well, so this was the piece of information that I wanted to share with you. Now let us go back to our question. Question number 1. What kind of relationship does a food chain often involve? Of course, every food chain involves the predator and prey relationships. Great job! Question number 2. How do hyenas and cheetahs become fierce competitors? Well, even if they work together and they hunt together, they usually steal the food, but they become fierce competitors because they sometimes attack each other's cubs. Question number 3. How does the food chain start and how does it end? According to the last part of our reading, every food chain starts with photosynthesis and ends in decay. Now, it's time for us to read more about animals because there are a lot of interesting things that we should know about them and about their ecosystems. So, let us start. Omnivores. Omnivores eat animals, plants, algae, and fungi. They can be small insects like ants or large creatures like us, humans. Humans eat plants such as vegetables and fruit. We also eat animals cooked as meat. Bears are omnivores too. They eat plants like berries and animals like salmon and deer. The largest land omnivore is the endangered Kodiak bear. Kodiak bears can grow up to 10 feet tall and weigh up to 680 kilograms. The smallest omnivores are ants. The feroch ant is one of the smallest ants, which grows to 1-2 millimeters. Omnivores often have long, sharp teeth to rip meat and molars to crush plant material. Some omnivores have no teeth, such as chickens. So you can see that We humans are omnivores because we eat both plants and meat. Now it's time for us to check what you understood from this reading piece. First, what is the world's largest omnivore? If you remember, this is the Kodiak bear. Number 2. Molars are used to crush plant material. True or false? Of course, it's true. 3. Animals that eat both plants and meat are called carnivores, herbivores, or omnivores. Yes, you're right. They are omnivores. Good job. Now we came to the end of our today's lesson, and I want you to thank for participating. And don't forget, everything is alive. Everything is interconnected. Thank you for your attention. See you next time. Have a nice day.